senior reporter Catherine Norris-Trent is awaiting us, part of a team travelling through Ukraine and reporting on all the things that are happening, which must, I think, Catherine, make talk of truth really hard to believe to those people who you're meeting where you are and all across Ukraine this Thursday.
Well, that's correct, Mark. Once again, I mean, I feel like I'm repeating myself when I go live with the channel every night. There's another wave of deadly attack drones flying across Ukraine tonight. We've had air raid sirens here in Kharkiv, but it seems tonight that several Shahed drones are centering on the city of Zaporizhia in southeast Ukraine there. So they are coming in for massive attack. And we can imagine that the air defense systems, the air defense teams are working hard to try and shoot them down. We've met some of those in recent days, and they've been telling us that they've been relying a lot on American equipment. So you can only imagine what would happen if that equipment were to suddenly disappear as a result of any future negotiations. People here look on the conferences in the rest of the world, the flurry of diplomacy surrounding them, and they look at it with a lot of skepticism and a lot of fatigue. They don't think the help is going to come fast enough to them, and they're very distrustful of outside powers negotiating about their future. But I want to take you now, Mark, to the troops of eastern Ukraine in the Donbass, where there is still, despite this limited ceasefire, which has apparently been negotiated, despite both sides claiming there have been breaches, there is still a fierce war raging on the front lines. And that is where my colleague James Andre filmed in the trenches there with the troops of an artillery brigade. And when they hear talk of a ceasefire, they don't believe it at all.
From a new dugout in the Donbass, a Ukrainian artillery unit is setting up. They're adjusting a 1970s American-made M109 Paladin hidden in the tree line the night before. It's old equipment, but the men say it's reliable. For them, this battle is existential.
I have children, and I don't want them to live under Russia.
A ceasefire? Full? Yes. Partial? No.
At 6:40 a.m., they get to work. Another long day of pounding Russian positions has begun. This is the front line near the city of Pokrovsk, an important logistics hub. For months, fierce fighting has been raging here. The Ukrainians battling to stave off a Russian advance. 5 Ukrainian soldiers man this position day in, day out. When command sends in coordinates, they swing into action, lugging 48-kilo shells and firing wave after wave.
Что там недолеты? Покорректи. 13 по прицелу.
Most of these men had no choice but to fight. They were mobilized. 2 of them are over 50. They're exhausted and demoralized.
I just want to go home. It has to end soon, so we can go home.
Are you tired?
Of course I'm tired.
The main threat? Lancet drones. But it is what it is. That's war. I hope it ends soon. But honestly, with our government, I can't see an end to it. I don't want to think about it.
Дрон. Главное, чтобы это не с зала летело с ланцетом. Под деревья стань.
Да, наверное. В укрытие.
Bare tree cover doesn't provide much of a hiding place, so whenever a drone flies overhead, the men shelter in their rudimentary living quarters, dug below ground.
Зараз, особливо нагально на цей час, це
The most important for us is that the enemy doesn't spot our position. If they do, our chances of survival are slim.
як то кажуть, зберегтись.
This alert over, it's back out to the firing line. The unit will stay here for a maximum of 2 weeks to avoid being spotted. Then deploy elsewhere as the war rumbles on.
Now, you might have thought you heard a lot of artillery fire in that report, but let me tell you, on the day that our team went filming there, around 50 shells were fired at that front line, that very intensive front line near the city of Pokrovsk. And that tells you something, because we know that the Ukrainian government has been constantly asking for more ammunition supplies. So if they're using that much ammunition in a battlefield, that means the fighting is intense. What's happening here is that Ukraine desperately wants to stop any Russian troops, try and push them back if they can. They have, they say, gained a little bit of territory there in recent weeks. Before any negotiations, especially involving Putin and the Trump administration, freeze those front lines for who knows how long.
Norris Trent with our team reporting there in Ukraine. Thank you very much indeed.